Well, hello everybody. This is Elder Tawana House coming to you. I wanted to share something with you that I recently experienced that has truly, and I mean truly, changed my life. Um, After one Bible study night, we were at home, my husband and I, and we were having a conversation about, as far as things that had to be done in a certain way concerning church and ministry, as far as a level of quality that needed to be maintained, that goes along with the excellence, that goes along with the vision of the ministry, Alabaster Box Christian Ministries. But he said something to me that gave me one of those epiphany moments. Excuse me, epiphany moments. And those are the ones that most of you that know that when that happens, it changes your whole thought pattern. However you thought for most of your life, for the rest of your life, things are not the same. What he said was that the true sign that you're passionate about something is not all the hard work that you put in, or it's not so much that you do this or do that. It's about how consistent you are. That's the true sign if you're passionate about something you believe in, is when you're consistent. You're not hitting and you're missing. You're not doing it one time and then not doing it the next, but you're consistent in what you're doing. Give you an example. Even with what we're doing with our Ustream, it's been some trial and error in the beginning with our services, but the other night when we had Bible study, I admit I was doing a few things differently with the live stream. And unfortunately, what happened was that part of the sound was gone from most of the service. And unfortunately, we could not air that particular service, which meant that people missed out on what they could have heard from the Word of God. However, if I would have been consistent in perfecting the format, perfecting what works in keeping the stream going, then everything would have been in order and the word would have went online for people to view and to hear. But that's not something you can just hit and miss with, because you're talking about people's lives that are depending on the word of God that you bring forth to help them. My husband basically was saying, I sometimes feel like that not a lot of people believe in how I believe in this vision. I sometimes feel like that not everybody is passionate about my ministry as I am because of the consistency that's lacking. Now, pastors and leaders, let me help you for a second. You really can tell if your members and those you have in place in leadership really support you and they are passionate about what you believe in as far as the vision of your ministry or whatever, by how consistent you are. Now, let me encourage some people. This does not mean that whatever you've done before did not matter. It does not mean that the work you've done before does not matter. It just means that you have to bring up your mindset that it's important to be consistent in everything that you do, not only to have a sign of trust, but to show that you truly are passionate about what you do. And you truly are passionate about life. Whether it comes to your marriage, your children, your career, your ministry that you're in, your purpose in God, you have to show consistency in order to be trusted, in order to have buy-in and belief from people that can believe in what you're doing. And it also shows that you truly, sincerely care. Actors perfect their acting craft, no matter how many years they've been in the business. Musicians and singers perfect their craft, no matter how long they've been in business or how many awards they've received. That's what we have to do every day, is perfect our craft of life and living life. And I'm not saying that consistency is about being perfect, because it's not. Consistency is about keeping at it and getting better every day. So even when you do make a mistake, you learn from it and you start being consistent in what works and what makes your life better than doing what you were doing before. The Word of God says in John chapter 15, verse 5, I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me, and I in him, bears much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. In other words, the power for us to be consistent in what we do lives in Jesus Christ. And if Jesus Christ lives within us, then we have all the power we need to be consistent in all that we do, in changing lives, making a difference, whatever it is that God's given us to do. We have the power to do it because he abides in us. I love you all to life. I pray that this encourages you as it did for me. And I hope it changes your life just like it did mine. Because I can tell you, across the board, this is major. And I hope it helps you as well. I love you all to life. You have a wonderful day.